The president of Colombia should never step foot on American soil. Who wants to step foot on American soil? What's there for me to go and see in America? What is there for me to go and see in America? I thank God, Tony, Biafra can stand without a job. Thank God. So please, let us sit down. Let us give these Igbo people their country. Let us give them let them go. What are they doing in Lagos? What are they doing in other people's land? Let them just go. Come to Nigeria, you die in Nigeria. Maricon, AJC, you will die in Nigeria. Let Trump and you people come. That one will assure you, you people will die here. It will be your graveyard. Nigeria will be your graveyard. Everybody knows that people are being killed left, right, and center in Nigeria. This is not a lie. But is it Muslim? Is it Muslim? Is it Christian? I'm a Muslim. Who is in the oasis of non-Muslim? Non-Muslims. What I am today, I was not made by Muslims. What I am today, I was made by non-Muslims. You people talk too much. Let them come.
The more you look, the less you see. The more.
Asari was a warlord. He's got his own army in Nigeria. And I bet the Americans also have his, his details. And as Nigeria is right now, as lawless as Nigeria is, somebody like Asari is allowed to amass weapons, different kind of weapons, and also exploit the impoverished, jobless young people as his own soldiers. He operates across Nigeria. Yeah. His other colleague is the biggest pipeline pipeline security contractor in that same creek. So it is what Nigeria is. So when Nigeria finally breaks apart, everybody will have to go and deal with their own thugs and the amount of guns in their possession. So there is an effort, by the way, not just by random people. I am talking about people from government in Nigeria to turn this whole thing into blaming the Igbos. In case if you have not been coming across that, it is already happening. The government of Nigeria, they have stylishly told their own base that the campaign for the genocide going on in Nigeria is sponsored by the Igbos. You know, Nigeria have a problem, and we have all agreed, I believe, and that problem is the Igbo problem. You see, when these rogues who grab power and flex with that power, those who have shared the supposed resources of the land, the Commonwealth, our Commonwealth among themselves, who have privatized every supposed opportunity in that country, whenever they now fail in their greed and all that, and they have no one to blame, then they blame the Igbos. So they are currently saying that the campaign that got Donald Trump's attention, right, is sponsored by the IPOB, because they are the ones who have been tagging Donald Trump, tagging American lawmakers about the killings in Nigeria, and they have not been tagging Donald Trump with the killings of Muslims. Now, listen to this. if Asari Dokudumb is upset that Donald Trump is a gallomaniac or Donald Trump is a bully, as he wanted this, he wanted that, he's done that, it is the same thing as a deviation from the real thing. Why is Asari not upset that they are killing Muslims too? Why has Asari never shown his anger over the killings of the Muslims in Nigeria until yesterday, when he had to make a video, as angry as he is, to threaten the United States Army that if they come to Nigeria, they would die? Is Asari saying that he will sponsor the killings of the US Army in Nigeria in defense of the terrorists who are also killing Muslims? Or Asari is saying that he would mobilize to kill every American soldier in Nigeria simply because they are coming to kill the terrorists killing Christians, not the ones killing Muslims. Because I want to understand the basis for it. So those of you who are really upset, you can put yourself in the same shoes like Asari and ask yourself the same question. What exactly are you angry about? The America is a bully, Donald Trump is a bully, and all of that stuff. But the killings that you see in that country every day, the mass burial that you witness every week, especially in those red zones and all that, as well as the romantic relationship between the supposed government and the government officials, as well as the government officials and these terrorists, throwing it on your face. All these things, are they not really like bothering for you? Now, if you accept that, they are killing people, we are killing everybody, so that's what we should do. Would you agree, or would you say, if American has said there is a genocide against Nigerians by the Islamic terrorists in Nigeria, would you be okay with that? To see that as a genuine reason for Nigeria to actually get help? We have seen videos of women, children in the middle of the night trekking and running away from their homes. Those are survivors. Then we have seen communities burned down. We have seen, powerless people, like vulnerable people, burned in their properties, killed by these barbarians, right? And we haven't really seen sort of like a damages inflicted on them successively, like multiple of that, to show to them that this is not acceptable. But we haven't seen all of that. So what makes you upset? Or what makes Asari upset? So Asari and others, they are doing their best right now to deviate it and begin to make you feel like the killings is not that bad. Okay? And America should mind their business, which is okay. You can tell America to mind their business. Mind your business. However, that will be when you know that terrorism is not being sort of like industrialized in Nigeria. We cannot tell ourselves the truth and stop pretending or hiding behind all these false deviations or false reasons to put out our own outrage. Outrages that most of it are just like a hard mentality. Everybody is angry. This one, the person. If Maiyegun says this thing is bad, I agree with him. Or if Maiyegun says this thing is good, I agree with him. Hard mentality. You say reason now. Look at everything going on. They want you to feel like it's okay. That they are killing people and so. But let us just continue to pray. They want you to get used to it without doing anything. And guess what? Getting used to it is not something that you will probably like escape. It means you can be a victim anytime too, just anytime. Right? So Asari Dokudumb threatening American soldiers that ever touches Nigeria, right, is based on what? It's based on exactly that Nigerians are not being killed and Nigerian government is not doing anything about it to protect you. I'll let him finish so that we'll keep it on record. Sorry, finish. Others are also blaming politicians, the opposition, but we'll come back to that one.
You people talk too much. Don't worry, we are waiting. We always tell you, we don't just talk. We perform. We don't just come, we perform. In an oasis of non-Muslim, I became secretary of the first convention of Ijaw Youth Council, organizing secretary of the first convention of this thing. I became the secretary to organize the first convention of IYC in Abonima. I became the first vice president, the first deputy president, and the second president. It's an honor Ijaw people had given me. Tony, let them come now. Allow the Americans to come. Which America? We are growing up. We said 12 days war. How many days war had gone? We will finish. We will do this. The world is waiting. The world is waiting. The monopoly in science and so on by one group of people is gone. We have entered a new era where everybody hides is open. So many empires had risen. We saw the Egyptian empire, we saw the Greece empire, we saw the Roman empire, we saw Persia, we even saw the Muslim empire. They all fell. Maybe Trump is the coroner for the fall of the American empire. Maybe Trump is the coroner for the fall of the American empire. This man just stands up, he stands up, when he wakes up, he just says whatever. Are we talking of Muslims or am I not a Muslim? Nnamdi, am I not a Muslim? Let them not say most Christians are being killed. More Muslims have died in Nigeria than Christians. A group of evil people are killing people. And some of us had made effort. Yes, Daniel, I plan to fight America. Daniel, Jerry, yes, I plan to fight them. Are they not human beings like us? When the time comes, you know whether we'll be able to engage you know whether we'll be able to engage America if they will live here. Let them come down. Maybe they'll fly in the air. They will come down. When they come down, whether they will live here. I think their own, if one person dies, it pains them so much.
Tear gas him. They tear gas him. He fell. He fainted. He passed out. He passed out. 70 years old man. How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that.
So, Asari Dokubo repeatedly in that live broadcast told the Americans that if they touch down in Nigeria, they will not live alive. And that's a very strong statement for those of you who probably knows how Americans act, Abby. But so far, so good. There is no threat against Nigeria. There is no threat of invasion against Nigeria. Now, how Nigerian rogues handles this is what will determine where this is headed. You are not Venezuela. You are not Iran. You are not Gaza. You are not all these places. the Tinubu and his gang have been given just one simple advice: get rid of these terrorists, or we will get rid of them. So that shouldn't be something that these headless, rats will begin to take turns in spewing their own gibberish. There's another one. His name is Fani-Kayode, somebody who was under Bokuwari, very vocal, and at the same time very vicious in his attacks against the Bokuwari's government, simply because we all remembered how Bokuwari's government shielded this Fulani terrorist from prosecution, right? And the killings recorded in the Middle Belt under Bokuwari that was so massive that it turned Benue State, which was at the food basket of Nigeria, it turned it into the graveyard center of Nigeria under Bokuwari. For Fani-Kayode, FFK was very much present, like I said, vicious on social media in exposing these religious killings, genocide. But immediately after Bokuwari, he became friends with the Patawale. Then he became friends with the likes of, what's that guy's name again? It's Sapatantami. Yeah. So, and then he became a Fulani party, and he started denying these killings, and he became their mouthpiece. So when America came up, Donald Trump used to be his hero, which is kind of like praised a million times until now. Right now, Donald Trump is like a demon. So for Fani-Kayode, FFK, the man that they said that all you have to do is give him food, he will sing for you. Maybe he's singing here.
You're different by an entity that is being propelled and being used by the children of perdition and those that love to shed blood. Anybody that is a victim of those people, we must join forces with such people and condemn. Therefore, the Americans that tell us that in Nigeria we have Christian genocide, they forget that yes, Christians are being mass murdered by a group of people that are from another world entirely. But the Muslims are also being killed by them. And this does not in any way diminish the fact that we are suffering as Christians. What it means is that we're sensitive to the fact that all Nigerians, all our brothers and sisters, are being tormented, are being genocided, are being killed, are being slaughtered by a force that is being propelled by Satan and is being armed by the very Americans that are claiming to be our friends. And I say that again, are being armed and funded and aided and abetted by the very same American deep state that claim to be concerned about us and our friends. Why do I say so? I'll end with this. Why do I say so? I'm saying some pretty controversial things. I hope I haven't upset anybody here. And I hope that you won't say you won't invite me again. But I just have to say them. Why do I say so? Have you forgotten just a few weeks ago, a few months ago, when a member of the House in America, a member of Congress, got up and said that USA was one of those that was funding Boko Haram in Nigeria? Have you forgotten in 2014, when President Johnson was in power, and the Americans not only refused to sell us arms to fight Boko Haram, they also banned other countries from supplying arms to us and said that they should leave us on our own to fight them? Have you forgotten what? Why would they do that? Have you forgotten the fact that again, between 2010 and 2014, up until I think 2015, the Americans refused to designate Boko Haram as a terrorist organization? The same Boko Haram that was going from house to house, slaughtering our people, morning, day and night. They left us on our own. And let me tell you, in case you have any illusions about this issue, nobody, I've done my homework. The Americans are not helping us to fight the terrorists today. The Israelis are not helping us. The West are not helping us. They may say they're sending advisors here and there. We are on our own. But you know what? God is great and mighty and awesome in battle. Because the God of Nigeria, the God that has kept us as one, the God that has fought our battle, The God that has lifted up our heads and caused us to wax strong in battle has fought this battle for us. We are killing hundreds of thousands of these militants, of these terrorists every day. But you know what? The policy is to keep it as quiet as possible. But they are being killed. So lose not hope. That's the message. Lose not hope. Remain one, united as one. Let no one divide our ranks. Find your fellow brother Muslims. Hug them and hold them dear. And I call on the Muslims to do the same. Then we go together as